Hello, my name is Jamie Gary. I am the CEO of UpVision Consulting LLC. I am here with Christine Tober, attorney Christine Tober, to talk with you today about her session at ARC 2026, or as you may have also heard it, the Attorneys Resource Conference. Attendance at the Attorneys Resource Conference is designed to help you improve your strategies in case litigation, improve your professional practice, and improve your ability to identify and mitigate risk. I would like to now welcome Christine Tober. But before I do that, I want to direct you to the attorneysconference.com website, or please go ahead and scan the QR code down at the bottom of my screen and get your registration in to make sure that you have a seat for Christine's presentation. Welcome, Christine. We're excited to have you. I would love to hear a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, what kind of work you do.
Yes, hello. Um, I am a public defender. I work in Ottawa County, and I have been a public defender for about a little over 23 years now. It's my chosen profession. I was in private practice before I worked in a public defender's office, and I love what I do. We represent individuals who are charged with crimes in courts in Michigan here.
That's very interesting work. You've been in that a long time.
I
Yeah, you have been. So, in regard to ARC 2026, what drew your interest and your willingness to accept a presentation spot with our conference this year?
Well, I've heard about ARC at its inception. When I heard about ARC, I thought, what a great resource to get together medical professionals and attorneys to talk about what we do and how we can help each other out. And then when I was reached out to talk about criminal law with medical professionals, I thought this is an integral part of representing individuals in our criminal justice system. And, just to interact with medical professionals and other lawyers and put together some of those things. I think it's exciting.
Me too. I'm really excited to hear your presentation and to spend a little bit of time with you at the ARC this year. Are you able to give us a snapshot, just a brief idea of what your presentation will be about for the audience that attends?
When I first started thinking about this, my presentation really is based on the premise that the criminal justice system is very adversarial. And the government has great advantages in criminal cases because the government has the police and the prosecutor. They complete their investigations and then someone is charged. And now we have a system that relies on the defense to present vigorous defenses and identify maybe errors or omissions in the government's cases. And so lawyers are not trained medical scientists, not trained scientists or in the medical field. And so we have to rely on individuals to help us out. And so my presentation is going to kind of go from the beginning to the end of a case, how we can use medical professionals and how we do use medical professionals to consult with in preparing for a case, to review what evidence is there. Medical fields, medical experts are needed in all sorts of cases. I mean, everything requires some medical stuff. Mm-hmm. So my presentation is going to go from the beginning of a case, how an attorney can consult with experts, how we can use experts to testify and challenge at trials, and to provide mitigating information to judges if and when a client decides to accept responsibility and plead guilty, or they're found guilty at trial. We can use information about that individual with the help of medical professionals to judges to kind of explain about that individual and have individualized sentencing.
Interesting. So in regard to your topic then, what is the risk of not addressing this topic? What risk is there if we're not learning about this information?
criminal cases have severe consequences for individuals in our society. And I think the risk, if this isn't addressed, is that innocent people can be, convicted, their liberties can be restrained based on inadequate use of medical information at trials and, with during the process.
So if I'm in attendance, I will be in attendance, but sitting in the audience and listening to your presentation, how do you want me to feel or to act differently or to see things differently when I walk away from that presentation?
Well, my hope is that maybe the legal attendees would walk away with, if they don't work in criminal law, maybe they would like to start to say, hey, I have some great experience in my medical malpractice, and maybe I would like to start working in criminal law because I think that I have some good resources and think about that. And then for the healthcare attendees, I would hope that from the defense perspective, we are always looking for experts in every different field to consult with, to give us information about medical fields that we don't know about as attorneys. And I would hope that maybe some of the healthcare attendees would think about maybe consulting or, getting the word out there that they'll be willing to help out and maybe even testify at trials in their expertise.
Okay, so after having, focused on all of that, what would you say is the one thing that medical legal professionals misunderstand about this topic?
Well, I think that there is a huge misunderstanding out there, and I get it from not only medical legal professionals, but general public that, criminal defense attorneys are only helping out guilty people and they're just trying to get people off on a technicality. And so, I really would hope that my topic would present to individuals at the conference that we're protecting constitutional rights, and we're hoping that everyone gets a fair trial and the medical evidence is reliable medical evidence that's being presented, and they're holding the government to their burden when they want to charge an individual.
Okay, so we are spending time working to improve or increase our registration to assure that you have people in your session. So, who do you think should be in the room with you? Who should be in those seats listening to you and hearing this message?
Well, I think that lawyers who maybe are interested, some attorneys that I have had contact with or friends that are in different areas of the law might be interested in criminal work. And I think those attorneys could come and actually sometimes, some of the other cases like civil cases will bleed over into criminal cases, especially a drunk driving case where there's been an injury, an assault where there's been a serious injury. So some of those things could apply for legal professionals. And then criminal defense is really working more towards like a holistic approach in defense, and meaning that we're looking at the individual, and individuals that we represent have a lot of things going on in their lives. And so we, particularly in my office, we do have social workers who work with us. So sometimes they're reaching out to medical professionals that are treating our individuals, our clients, and giving us great information about that particular person. And so the medical professionals could see where, they might be able to help out. I mean, that's kind of our goal in criminal defense, is to like help our clients as best we can. And so, even if you're not going to want to consult or be at a trial and testifying, maybe, you could see how that could help in your everyday job
Sure.
in the the clients that you have access to are treating, and we have those same clients, and so we can have a common goal for that person.
Sure, I'm really interested in that whole holistic approach. And just to comment just a little bit about on that. And as a legal nurse and working with attorneys, both in the legal nurse role and the nurse expert role, I've had many times where the case has crossed over. Drug diversion, accidents, lots of different opportunities to be able to engage in both criminal and civil. At the same time, which is an interesting role to be in. So again, I'm looking forward to your presentation. So when we look at the ARC 2026, what is it that you are most excited about?
Just to be in that environment where there are medical professionals, legal professionals, and we're all there to learn and grow. That's a really exciting environment to be in, and I think that that this conference will, present those opportunities for everybody that's there.
We agree. I agree with that as well. So, Christine, thank you so much for joining me today and getting your message out. Anyone that is listening, please go to attorneysconference.com or use the QR code right here on this video to get your registration in today. You don't want to miss this opportunity, and tickets will be going fast. So, we're looking forward to seeing all of you in August 11 through 13, 2026 in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Bob, which means the big old building. So we will see you there.